Welcome back to our podcast, our Dear Gremlins. Today we're going to be talking about basically YouTube and everything else like that, with small channels and big channels. You name it, it's going to happen. But today we got a guest here, Lady Mania. You want to say hi?
Hello.
Uh, we brought you in here because of pretty much. We'll just say this. I, you know, People have been questioning it. Probably asking all the crazy questions and everything else. We'll start it off with a few questions, as said. Um, if my game will actually let me tab out, yeah, there it goes. I can pull it up. All right. So, the first question we're gonna end up going off of, you know, what made you make your channel? You hear this a lot. I know you do.
So you basically want to know why I started doing YouTube.
Yeah.
All right. So it's kind of a long and convoluted story, honestly. Growing up, I always wanted to be an author. Write a book, publish it. Do all the fun stuff, like create a world and let people get immersed in it. And then I discovered other content creators that were doing the thing that I wanted to do. So I decided, why not do that? And it worked out a lot better than I expected it to be honest.
I'll say. I mean, I'm looking at your channel and stuff, and I mean, even me, I'm one of your actors as well. Yeah, sure, I do improv myself, but I mean, I've watched it and I've seen like all the craziness that you have like done. Past videos, I got laughs out of it. You cringed. I mean, you ended up changing and developing so well. I mean, I'm impressed. As far as that goes, uh, what would you give as advice to a small channel trying to grow?
So, a lot of people have different advice they like to give. Some people say follow the trends, other people say copy take inspiration from other people. My biggest thing is just do what you want. Don't worry about what other people say. Because eventually, if you just do make videos how you want, upload whatever you want, eventually you'll find the right fan base that's for you. Or well, they will find you rather.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. I honestly was actually kind of like with this channel. What we're doing right now is we're talking about random crazy shit. I mean, whatever. We jump from topic to topic. Just whatever floats our boat at the moment in time, and it's like, okay, well, we're gonna do it, and I mean, have fun doing it. So I mean, there's that. Let's see. Okay, so this is Yori's question here. Out of all of the characters you've created, which one is your personal favorite?
Oh God. I've made so many characters, so many variants of Mania, like myself, that I don't really have a favorite. I love them all equally. But I think probably the one I enjoyed playing the most was Fairy Tale Origins Mania. Because she was just super hyper, super active, bubbly, kind of dumb. It was fun to play, even though I was playing her at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's. I know you said something about that stuff towards me specifically in the past. I thought it was kind of hilarious, like hearing some of this stuff. Uh, what's this next question? Okay. So the next question is, what was it like when you hit your first 1,000 subscribers?
Honestly, I was really surprised. I didn't expect to hit that number, especially as quickly as I did. Because for the longest time, I was stuck at about 60.
Hmm.
And then I started uploading one of my most popular series to date. And I just kind of skyrocketed and I blinked. And the next thing I knew, I was climbing. And I was just like, I don't know how to respond to this. This is shocking. I was stunned,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. That's that's actually always like you get those channels that like they just start off and it just boom. I mean I personally have seen it through through you actually like when you started off like when I first came in I was baffled as to how big you got and are still currently growing. I mean it's just like what is this? What what happened here? And then it was just like we're getting all these new people coming in and stuff. I honestly I'm actually I've been thrilled to like be one of your actors in the series and just kind of do whatever, even though if sure stuff happens. But
Oh yeah, no. When you first joined up, we were just a small group of maybe 10 or 11 people.
mhm.
Currently, Maniac Studios has about 30 or 40 people in it.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so it's definitely been a wild ride,
I
and
mean
we're
we
still going.
yeah. I know you get some interesting characters in there too and when they start going off especially you get like people like I don't know uh Leon and all of his crazy like different voices he does and that or can do and I mean you're like just like what is this?
It's really interesting too because Leon's been with me basically since the beginning of the channel, almost.
Yeah, I remember that you telling me that story when you guys were first introduced and stuff and it was just mind blowing really.
Yeah, it's definitely been interesting.
All right, this is another question from Katie or no no correction here not. Oh, and this was actually from a different person all entirely. Out of all the series of which one was your favorite?
Uh, I don't really have a favorite. That's the thing. Because at the time of making a series, I will love it to death. I will enjoy every aspect and part of it. And then after a little bit, I look back at it and I say, I could have done this better. I hate this. So I don't I don't really have a favorite. Like they're all kind of on the same level bar of
Uh-huh.
how much I like them.
Well, I mean, a good example is when you did Yandere School, and I mean, you looking back at it now, to what it is you're doing today, you basically are, like, oh, I could had done that better.
Yeah, pretty much. Always looking for ways to improve.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a healthy like outlet to kind of like try to improve your channel and or your content of what you're trying to do. I I actually was actually happy when I had asked you if to come in because it was just one of those things where I didn't think you were going to have the time. And I know you're always busy.
Yeah, it's definitely been interesting trying to find a balance lately.
Yeah. I can only imagine honestly. I know it's in between, whatever you're doing on the side, your channel, your Twitch streams or whatever. I mean, I know you're kind of all over the place, and it's sometimes I get it. It's hard to get a hold of someone or talk to someone.
The biggest thing is for the longest time I lived with my parents, so I didn't really have to worry about like getting a job. I could spend days just dedicated to my YouTube content. And then finally I moved out of my parents' house and I had to get a 9 to 5 job and it just conflicts real hard with my YouTube scheduling because the videos I make take days. Like I could spend 12 hours on a video and maybe have 10 minutes of that video completed.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's
that's
really hard to find that balance.
yeah, that's actually that's understandable, and especially and you even like a good example is what I've experienced working with you. Your channels, you get these people that are in from different time zones and stuff, and I mean it's like it's hard to get people to sit down and do this stuff with. especially with improv. You
Oh
know,
yeah, no, I got people in in New Zealand. I got people in like Australia. It's a hard one to do.
yeah, that's actually a good, it's a good thing because then you have people that you can count on like in different time zones that like, hey, they're going to come on about this time and you can, pinpoint them right then and there. But then there's, times where, like, for example, like with my job and what I do on the side, other than, this podcast group and my other channels myself, it's hard to pin down some people like that because you're going all over the place and you're having to find them and make sure that they work well. But yeah, that's Yori and Lapis. Do you guys have anything you guys would like to add? I know you guys been quiet. I know you guys are being a couple of fangirls in the background.
I'm just listening, actually.
Yeah, I'm just listening in.
Yeah, well, I kind of taken over the whole like talk thing this time around. I think it's just because of I had it like mentally and physically prepared today, and I think you guys are just in like dumbfounded shock because you guys this is like an interaction.
On us today, you're just like, we're doing this now.
Well, that's usually the nature of the podcast. Come on now. I mean, if you guys did this to me, I'd probably been doing the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I had a stressful morning too. That's also.
Yeah.
I get that. I get that. Is there anything else, Mania, would you like to like add to, like this podcast group?
I'm not really sure.
Not really sure.
I was prepared to answer questions, not dump information.
Dump information. Well, yeah, this is actually this is actually how our group is. We're kind of like just all over the place, joking around, try to make fun, just have a good time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And
with the chaotic trio.
Yeah, it was kind of a witty name that kind of came out of nowhere, and then yeah, here we are.
Fair enough.
But yeah, anyway, I think we can call that a wrap as far as that goes. So with that, this has been the Chaotic Trio. Until next time, our dear gremlins. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.